And welcome back to another Football Commentaries YouTube video. We're keeping up with the Euro style videos, which I'll be bringing to you as often as I can. We're here with an England styled video. It's going to be my England starting 11 for that game versus Croatia. That's what I'm going to be focusing on. Obviously, games against Scotland and Czech Republic, obviously it'll maybe rotate, but this is what I think we should start as our strongest squad for that first game of the Euros. Been a lot of debate. There's a lot of options Southgate's got. We just heard yesterday on the Monday that he took Ben White over Ward-Prowse and Lingard. Very interesting selection by Southgate. But this is with my starting 11 with everyone fit. Who am I playing? And we're going to start off with the formation as well. You've got your 3-3-3-1, which I don't think I've ever seen. The main two is obviously it's the 4-3-2-1. You've got your 3-4-3, or you've got your 4-3-3, or your 4-2-3-1. I'm going to go for a 3-4-3. I think he should go for a 3 at the back. I think we'll be a lot safer with a 3 at the back. I wouldn't say that's cautious or anything. I just think that will be our strongest system that we can play. And I think he'll be a little bit silly if he doesn't go for a 3 at the back. So let's not mess about. Let's get straight into it. We're going to go goalkeeper. Got 3 choices. Got Dean Henderson of Manchester United. Got Sam Johnston of West Brom. Could be on the move though this summer. And we've got Jordan Pickford of Everton. Right. Dean Henderson. At the minute, when I've seen him play for United this season, at times I've not yet got, for England anyway, because I'm not a Manchester United fan, as an England fan, he's not quite won my trust to be the number 1 England goalkeeper. Obviously, he's had some great performances. I remember against Manchester City away, he was fantastic. He started the counter-attack for Luke Shaw's goal to make it 2-0 in that game with that throw. But just not, obviously, this is his first full breakout year as a United goalkeeper. Obviously, I know he did well for Sheffield United. But for Manchester United, he's just started picking up some games. And just as a England keeper yet, and in terms of playing for England as well, he's not played that many games or any. So he's not quite gained my trust yet to be number 1. I'm going to play Henderson. And that goes to saying Sam Johnston. He's had a fantastic season with West Brom, even though they got relegated. But he played well as well against in the weekend in England's game against Romania. That was it. Against Romania, he played really well. Made some really good saves. So he impressed me there. But again, I'd go for the experience. I'd go for the good distribution, the experience. Obviously, the World Cup 2018. I'd personally go for Jordan Pickford. Even if Nick Pope was in this, I still would go for Jordan Pickford. With his feet, Nick Pope just isn't good enough. I know that's not the way goalkeepers should always be judged, but I feel like the way we play, we need someone who can use their feet well. Nick Pope can't do that. Pickford can, and when he wants to play really well, Pickford, and not mess about, he can be a really good goalkeeper. So we're going to go for Pickford. Bit of an old picture there of Jordan Pickford. Right, centre back. I'm going to throw him straight in. This is my personal opinion. Kyle Walker played there in the World Cup, and that right centre back. I know he said in a view after the World Cup in the season after in the Premier League launch event for the new season, he was interviewed by Gary Neville and Carragher, and he basically explained how he would like to play fullback or wing back for England to kind of show off his abilities and techniques and his overall game as a fullback. But it's a team sport; he'll have to take the hit again. That pace and that experience he has in that position could be utilised so well for England, and I don't think he'd have any issues playing there. And I think he could really help the likes of Maguire and Stones and Mings and Cody, whoever plays in this back 3, to help them, cover around the back with his pace and just be just a all round point of interest for England, where if a mistake's made, he could maybe cover. We can always play out from the back with him, give him the ball, he can charge forward, and we know he can go and runs, and he's got the pace for it. So I think he will be perfect for this system, and I really will play him in that right centre back role. Next centre back, central centre back, I would personally go for John Stones, his club partner. Again, this is the way we played in World Cup 2018. I would really stick with it. I know they've improved a lot. The likes of John Stones and my next pick, Harry Maguire. We might as well throw him in as well. I know they've improved a lot since that World Cup, but I still think it's the safest system. I just don't believe I could trust Stones and Maguire, who haven't played many times together in a back 4 together, in like a defensive 2 in a back 4. We're not seeing them enough play with each other to warrant the trust. Again, it's a lot. You've got to remember, a lot of these tournaments on trust. You've got to trust the players you use, and you can't, take risks where they could make a mistake. I don't think them two are ready personally to play together with in a back 4 I think they need a back three with wing backs protecting them and another centre back alongside them with two midfielders. I just think it'll work. I think it'll benefit both players more. I know they've been playing in back fours for clubs since the last World Cup, but I just think in the way we play and how well we played in that World Cup in 2018, we need to go for a back three. And I think they're the best three defenders we can use in those positions. So, next position, we're going to right wing back. I'm going to go with. Does not let me choose. Oh, this is going to be awful if I can't choose. Oh, get rid of Foden. Can I genuinely not? Can I genuinely not pick the player I want to? Obviously, I don't want to give it away. There must be a way, surely. Will we go for that? Hold on, give me a second. This is a nightmare. Hold on, let me restart. Let me restart. Let me restart. Let me go back. Hold on. Here we go. Right, we're gonna have to just refresh. I should have really checked that beforehand. What we're going for is 5-4. Obviously, it's a 3-4-3. This is just to fit my players in. Don't worry, I'm not going crazy. I'm not playing a 5-4-1. I didn't know that was going to happen. So let's put the players we've already chose back in the team. Maguire, Pickford, there. Right wing back, I would personally go Reece James. And on the left-hand side, I am going to have to go with Luke Shaw. There is my back five. Reasonings. Reece James, I was speaking to my dad actually just before recording this about Reece James, and not only is he fantastic as a right wing back, we've seen him recently at the back end of the season for Chelsea fill in a right centre back role. So if there's any a point where Walker's like, I want to go on a run in a wing back way, Reece James can just tuck back into Walker's position, and he can cover there, and he can cover it really in a settled manner because he's played there before. He would have trained there many times under Tuchel, learning that position. He played it at the back end of last season as well. So if any need for Walker to burst forward, James is more and welcome. I'm more than happy to cover Walker, and I think that would work really well. Them two, not interchanging all the time because obviously that gets a bit crazy. But them two, if Walker wants to go on a run, James can slot in and maybe just swap it. Maybe give the opposition some questions, thinking, oh, who's going to be attacking this time? Is it going to be James or is it going to be Walker? You know what I mean? I'm not saying they're going to do that. That's something I'd keep in mind. Maybe interchanging their position, so one goes forward once, one goes forward the next. And Reece James obviously has to start. Champions League winner, played really well. He's got so many good attributes. Pocketed Sterling in the Champions League final. He's quick, strong, can cross, can shoot. I know he's not scored many this season, but he has got a shot on him. Fantastic player. Has to start for England in this European Championship. Left hand side, Shaw and Chilwell, really close. Really is close. And the only reason I'm really going for Shaw is mainly with his link to Maguire. I know Chilwell played with Maguire at Leicester, but obviously that connection's not been together for a few seasons now. I just think that fresh connection of Maguire and Shaw, who have played alongside each other all season, I think that would just be a bit more beneficial. And obviously Luke Shaw's had an unbelievable season. I think he's had a slightly better season than Chilwell in my opinion defensively. I know attackingly the numbers favour Chilwell more. He's probably scored more and assisted more. But Shaw with those runs and those that aggression and the defending and just how good he's been this season, I think he deserves that spot. I think Chilwell again really unlucky to not get in. If he doesn't, I mean it's really a toss of a coin. If Chilwell was to be chosen, I'm not gonna be like what's he doing? That is just preference this time. I think with Southgate, if he prefers Chilwell or Shaw, or maybe even Trippier, that wouldn't shock me as well. But I think for me, Shaw's the one. But if he goes with Chilwell, that is just preference, and I would not have an issue with it at all. So that's my back five at goalkeeper. So this is going to be right wing, left wing, two centre mids. I know it's a bit of a weird one. You know what? We'll leave striker. Some of these pictures are well old. Right wing. It's close, isn't it? It really is. It is. Oh my word! I feel bad for Southgate. This is an unbelievably hard job. I'm gonna Foden right wing, I think, and left wing. I want to go with Jack Grealish on that left hand side. I am obviously aware of the fact that you might need pace in the wide positions, but I think these two have got pace of their own more when they're on the ball, and I think that would suit England more. The fact they're quicker on the ball because it'll make us feed it to them and give it to these creative players who can go run at defenders and slot through the likes of your Kanes and your Grealish and Fodens who can interchange and play each other. They play each other's game strongly. So when people say, "Oh, you need pace," I disagree to a certain extent because they're quicker on the ball, and if you give them the ball, they'll create havoc and danger, and they'll get us up the pitch. And I think with the pace of your Reece James and your Shaws to the side of them attacking forward, using them as overlaps, I don't think pace is that important. It's important, but not important enough where you have to start the likes of a Rashford or a Sterling. Because in terms of pace, them two are the ones you have to start. Don't tell me Jadon Sancho's lightning quick. Is he quick? Yeah. Is he lightning quick? No. I would say Sancho has similar pace to your likes of Foden and Grealish. So people putting Sancho in saying, "Oh, that's my pace player." Come on, it's not. It's not that quick. If you want to play a speedster winger, you have to pick either Sterling or Rashford. For me, I'd rather go for technical players, ones who we can give the ball and they'll run at the defences and they'll cause danger and use their pace on the ball. And that's Foden and Grealish, best two players, I think, in this England squad on form at the minute. Grealish, unbelievable in the last two friendlies. He's been unreal, and Foden, we know this season's really shown his true colours. So, midfield. First one, it's a no-brainer for me. It's got to be Declan Rice. Unbelievable season for West Ham, starting to become the captain of that team, and I think he will become the permanent captain once Noble leaves next season. Unbelievable season. He's trusted by Southgate already. He's playing loads of games. He's really starting to be his own kind of player. And I also believe, with West Ham now getting into the Europa League for next season, we can see the real Declan Rice and him start to really adapt his game, playing in Europe, playing in the Premier League as well. And this European Championship, I think, will really help adapt his game and make him a lot better. So that's why I'd put Rice. Now, there's three options. Well, there's four. Mainly three for me. For this next midfield, you're either picking Jude Bellingham, Jordan Henderson, Mason Mount, or Calvin Phillips. They're the four. I'm going to knock off Calvin Phillips. Great player. I don't doubt his ability at all. But I just think the others are better than him. That's all I'd say. And then Mason Mount, Henderson, Bellingham, they're all different players in a sense. Bellingham and Henderson are similar to a certain degree. Mount's on his own. He's more of an attacking, creative, not as, defensive minded. I think Henderson and Bellingham both have a defensive switch in their minds that Mount doesn't have, but could obviously use and adapt to have that. But this comes down to the way Croatia plays, right? Because to a certain degree, you've got to look at the opponent and kind of play and set up against your opponent in certain elements. Not your whole team, but certain ways you've got to go, right, who will help me, fight against the Croatia counter-attack? Who's going to help me also start chances and not slow the game down? Who's going to be quick enough to, switch their attacking mind and go, right, let's play it quick and let's get back in position quick. So that's why I am finding it hard to fit Mount in my team. Again, if people have Mount in their team, I have got no issue. I really want Mount in my team, and I am tempted just to put him in this midfield. But I'm also trying to think of what team I'd play and what team Southgate would play. And if I'm putting my Southgate head on and thinking, right, Croatia are going to have some of the ball, they are going to counter-attack and create chances, and probably flood the midfield. Who do I want? I want either a Henderson or a Bellingham over a Mount, probably. Just a bit more defensive-minded than the Bellingham or a Henderson. And that's why it's hard. If Henderson was fully fit, and I know he said this is based off everyone fit, but I just can't get that out of my head that Henderson isn't fit, I won't play a Henderson. I think Mount's too attacking wise. And against Scotland, maybe I would go for Mount. Say for against Scotland, right? I'll probably play Mount because I don't think we need that added extra defensive mindset. But because the fact we're playing Croatia, so if you're watching this and you're like, Mount has to play. If this is a game against Scotland, this is the team I play. I'll play Mount instead. But because we're playing Croatia and they're a lot stronger and they could actually cause some issues, I'm going to go for Jude Bellingham. I know he's 17 years old, but against Manchester City, he was unbelievable. So good. And he's already shown he can do it against the best. And I think he could do it against Croatia and in the Euros. So I'm going to go Bellingham. People might be like, he's too young, not experienced enough. But I think he's that raw and fresh of his ability, and he's so new to the big occasions. I just don't think he'd be nervous. He doesn't strike me as someone who is nervous. When I saw him against City, unbelievable. Just it's like he played at this level for. It's like he was 25 and he'd been at this level since he was like 17. He's been playing in these big games for 7, 8 years. He seriously seemed so at ease in the big games and in the big competitions. It was quite scary. So I know I say, Walker and Maguire, Stones, they've got the experience from the previous World Cup, they're trusted. I think you do need a little bit of that, freshness and that fresh, experience, like someone's walking into it and going, right, I've got nothing to lose, let's play my football and let's try and win this tournament. I think Bellingham would give a little bit of that off. So that's why I would go with Bellingham. Actually, if anyone would choose Mount, I would have no arguments. If someone chose Henderson, I'd have no arguments. And even if someone chose Calvin Phillips, I don't think I'd argue. Whoever plays that midfield role, I'd have full confidence in them. But personally, my opinion, I'd put Bellingham in. But like I said, I would have no issues with anyone else in there at all, because this is my team, and everyone will have their own opinions. But for me personally, I'd go with Jude Bellingham. I know it's a big role for the 17-year-old, but I think he's shown it already that he can do it. And then up front, we're going to go with who do we think? It's obviously going to be Harry Kane. What a player, captain fantastic. Hopefully he'll also be the top goal scorer in this competition. This selection speaks completely for itself. We all know Harry Kane will be starting with hopefully no injuries. I do think Calvert-Lewin's a very good backup. I think obviously he is on it enough to understand that his role will be a backup. I don't think Calvert-Lewin thinks he actually will be starting, but I think he's a great backup to have just in case anything goes wrong and we need to use him. And I think he'd be fantastic. We know the jump Calvert-Lewin's got. We know the pace he's got running into the channels, and he's a great backup. And I think he will also be used alongside Kane if we need another goal or we're looking for a goal and we want to go two up front. I think Kane and Calvert-Lewin could work quite well up front, and I'm presuming Southgate will work on them two combining together just in case he feels like two up front will be the way forward. But for me, it's got to be Harry Kane, top goal scorer, top assister in the Premier League this season. Unbelievable in the last World Cup. I think he'll want to prove himself on the big stage. Just in case he doesn't get his move away from Tottenham due to his contract, he'll want to go, right, this is why I'm one of the best strikers in the world. You've seen it now on the big stage where I play the best of the best, and I think he'll be looking to do that. So I think Kane up front. So it's a 3-4-3 for me. I know this looks like a 5-4-1, but obviously we saw in the video earlier on in the video that it didn't allow me to pick Reece James and Shaw as fullbacks in that formation, so I've had to just quickly change it up. But it's a 3-4-3. Everton's Pickford in goal with Chelsea's Reece James, Manchester City's Kyle Walker and Stones, Manchester United's Maguire and Luke Shaw, and then Manchester City's Foden, West Ham's Rice, Borussia Dortmund's Bellingham, Aston Villa's Grealish, and Tottenham Hotspur's Harry Kane. That is my team. That's the one I'd play against Croatia in that first game. If you've got your own team, put them in the comments down below. Put your thoughts on my team. If you want, I want to hear all your teams. Put in the comments. But that's my personal team. I get people have completely different teams in every way, and I've got no issues because we've got so much talent. Everyone's going to have a different opinion and say, I've got no issues, I want to hear them. I want to know, maybe I might look at your team and go, maybe I might change mine for that, or I might change that player for who you've got. So I'm down to hear all opinions. I'm very excited for the Euros. I think after every England game, I might do a live stream. Well, like the day after every England game, I might do a live stream, just kind of reflects on the game, what we did well, what we need to improve on to maybe do well in the tournament. So I think that will be coming up as well. Or maybe the night of every game, or the day after every England game, I'll do a live stream, just kind of reviewing it and just kind of giving my opinions as a fan, because I don't do that often on this. Because obviously commentaries, you have to stay neutral. But obviously you all know I'm supporting England. I can't hide that. So yeah, I might do that after every England game. You know, get you all involved who want to join the live stream, give your say, and we can have a good conversation. And hopefully England can bring it home. But for me, that is going to be the end of the video. I said this in the last one in my Euro predictions. If you've not watched that, go and check it out. It's early on in it's on the channel already. Little reminder quick, I've got two commentaries already sorted. One might change, but the first one that'll definitely happen is France versus Germany, 8 o'clock on the 15th of June. That is this time next Tuesday. I think this is going to be uploaded on either Wednesday or Thursday, so not too long until that commentary. And the next one I've got planned but might not happen is Italy versus Wales, 5 p.m, 20th of June. So that's in about 2 weeks' time, or just under 2 weeks' time. That might change because Sundays are a little bit busy for me because I like my F1, and obviously I like my football as well. So hopefully, if nothing crashes there, or nothing clashes there, or nothing gets in the way, like any F1 races or any football, or just anything in general in life. If nothing gets in the way of that, then that'll be the next one. But I'll be posting them on my Instagram, which you can find in the description. I'll be putting in updates of what commentaries are coming up. So if you just check the Instagram, a few days before I start a commentary, I'll post it, so you just know, and just keep up to date with the channel, because I'll be doing videos all the way through the Euros to supply content for the next month or so. So yeah, who enjoyed, like, subscribe, and I hope to see you soon for the next video on the Football Commentaries YouTube channel.